If you enjoy the note of iris in your fragrances like I do, it's one of my favourite notes, iris. I love the way it comes across, from it being powdery, buttery, lipsticky, earthy. I have three fragrances, iris fragrances, that I'm going to talk about today that hardly nobody does, and I think they deserve some attention, some spotlight, because these three iris fragrances to me are fantastic. If you're interested, stay tuned. What is good, YouTube? Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Mikey Cologne, and thank you very much for tuning in. Yes, that is right, I have three iris fragrances to talk about today, and like I've said, these three fragrances deserve some love. They deserve some hype. I don't hear nobody talking about these fragrances. I believe one of them come out in 2021 and the other two come out in 2019. So they are older fragrances, so to speak. But do they smell outdated? No way. But before I get going, if you do enjoy my content, hit that subscribe button and press the bell, because it will notify you when I drop a review at a later date. And I also have a code for you lot. If you've heard of the brand or the niche brand Unique Luxury, I have a 15% coupon code for you lot to save some money. If you go onto the Unique Luxury website and you are interested in any of their fragrances, their sample sets, once you've put whatever you want in your cart, where it says promo code, put in Mikey-Kute23. That will give you 15% off of your order. I don't earn no commission, no money. I don't get paid to do this or to say this. The code is strictly for you lot watching this to save yourself some money if you're interested in the brand Unique Luxury. Right, I'm going to get going. First off, I'm going to start with a little bit of a lighter offering, because these three fragrances go in stages, and once this review continues on a little bit, you will see why. But first off, I'm going to go with Gardino Del Iris from Farmacia SS and Azita. This is a beautiful iris fragrance. This to me is an all year round scent. It opens up a little bit airy, and it's got, I wouldn't say this is a light fragrance, but the way it opens up, I believe that it can be worn in the spring and summer, and I think it'll do great in cooler weather as well. This is a 100ml bottle. It is eau de parfum concentration, and I love the way these look on a shelf, these bottles. Nice atomizers, pressurized. That's the way we like it, right? Oh, and this is good. Straight away you get that iris. Right, you've got bergamot, lemon flower, LME, myrrh absolute, iris, black amber, cedarwood, musk, vanilla, cashmeran, and perdue. And I believe perdue is some type of powdery accord. Right, how does this open up? It does open up bright. It opens up a little bit citrusy, a little bit airy, but straight away you notice the iris. Now, the iris here is a bit powdery, but it's definitely more on the lipsticky side. And with this fragrance, I do get chocolatey whiffs that come and go, like what you get in Valentino Uomo Intense. I'm not saying the fragrances are the same, but the way the iris comes across in this, that chocolatey aroma, that's what I get with Valentino Uomo Intense. But anyway, as this starts to settle in now, that citrusy top slowly fizzles out, and the black amber, the myrrh, the LME, they all start to thicken this fragrance up, turn it a little bit dense and make it full-bodied. Sweetness dries down a little bit more. Once it heads into the mid, that is when you start noticing the woods come through. You get that vanillic tone with the fragrance, and the longer this sits, it seems to gain more depth, more sweetness, warms up. But the fragrance, it's not an overly sweet fragrance. I would say this is semi-sweet, but at first there ain't a lot of sweetness there. But as it settles, that sweetness just amps up a little bit. That iris turns even more buttery, lipsticky. That powdery side to the iris does slowly fizzle out in this fragrance on my skin, which I don't mind, because I do prefer that cosmetic bag, lipsticky style of iris, but I don't mind the powdery side either. But once it sits in the base, that Cashmeran does back up the musk. So it does have musky edges, or all the notes sit on a bed of musk. A little bit woodsy, a little bit lipsticky, creamy, semi-sweet. It's a fantastic scent. It really is. I love this fragrance. When you first spray this on, it's a little bit lively, but then it starts to develop and it starts to warm up on the skin. It is a great scent. It really is. I love this fragrance and nobody speaks about it. And yes, I know some Irish fragrances can be redundant. And like I said, the chocolatey aroma that I get from this fragrance does remind me ever so slightly of Valentino Uomo Intense, but it does different things. You got balsamic touches with this coming from that myrrh and the black amber. Yeah, but anyway, that is Gardino Del Iris from Pharmacia SS Alizita. Oh, and I should say, this is a unisex fragrance. To me, this is straight down the middle. You're going to get 7 hours on skin. It does last a little bit longer on clothes. You can wear this any time of day. You can wear this in the morning, afternoon, evening, to work, going out for drinks, to dinner, round the house. It's a very versatile fragrance. And like I said, the bottle, to me, it looks stunning. Now, with this next one, we're starting to head on a little bit more of a darker path. This is Miller Harris's Violet Idea. By the name, you'd think that this is a violet bomb. It isn't. It's an iris bomb, or an orris bomb. And it starts winking and nodding at the vegetal, earthy side of things. And we will get into it, but let me spray this. I love the way this smells. This sits a bit more heavier than Gardino Del Iris does. Great atomizer. Oh, this is good, man. This is really good. I love this fragrance. This is definitely one of my favourite Irish fragrances in my collection. Don't let the name fool you. It's got Italian bergamot, carrot oil, orris butter, heliotrope vanilla, liquid amber, which I believe is styrax. This is not a complex fragrance. It's quite linear, but straight out the gate, you do get the bergamot. But with this, again, you get that orris butter straight away. With this, you get this slight vegetal touch coming from the carrot oil. Now, this fragrance sits quite heavy straight away. It's waxy, it's buttery, it's smooth. Like I say, it's a little bit vegetal, it's creamy. As it starts to settle in, the heliotrope does come through with the vanilla. So now you start getting vanillic touches, and then you get slight balsamic qualities in a dry down. That is the fragrance in a nutshell. Very linear, but the way it's done, the way it's blended, the quality of the juice, it is so smooth. I also do get earthy touches with this fragrance as well, but the iris, to me, seems to go through stages here. 1 minute is thick, dense, heavy, waxy, buttery, creamy, smooth, vegetal, earthy. In every form you can think of, or near on every form you can think that iris can go, it does go in this fragrance. 100 ml of this, I believe, is about £140. If you enjoy iris or orris as a note, you're going to fall head over heels with this fragrance. I guarantee it, because it is that good. Oh, yeah. Right. To me, this is unisex. But because of that vegetal or light vegetal quality up top, To me, it opens just tipping over a bit more onto the masculine side, and then as it starts to settle in, it does gravitate towards straight down the middle. So if you have tried this one, let me know what you think of it. Do you own this? Have you tried it? Like I say, it sits a little bit more heavier, so it's not got that airy opening like Gardino Del Iris does. And these two fragrances, Gardino Del Iris and this, do different things. Yeah, you get the light balsamic touches, you get the vanilla, but the way the iris is done, you can tell different perfumers work iris accords in different ways. They put their little finesse touches to it, and you can tell in these fragrances. So none of these three are redundant to own. Like, they don't smell like each other. Oh, and I should say quickly that this does slightly remind me of Dior Homme Intense. The way that lipsticky, buttery, smooth iris is done in that fragrance, to me, this winks at that. Again, they do different things, but this does wink at Dior Homme Intense. There's no doubt about it, because every time I spray it, the first fragrance that comes to my mind is Dior Homme Intense. But anyway, that is Miller Harris Violet Idea. Great scent, stunning scent. Now, this one, to me, this is the most daring out of the three. And the reason I say that is because, to me, it's not your typical iris fragrance. This does have every type of aroma in it that you can get from iris, to my nose anyway. This is iris shot from Olfactive Studio, and the perfumer behind this fragrance is Dominique Ropion. And if you know who that is, you know that he has done a ton, and I mean a ton, of fragrances. He is a master perfumer. He has a fantastic nose, and his track record with fragrances is huge. So if you don't know who that is, Wikipedia, Dominique Ropion, and you will see all the fragrances that he's done, and a lot of them you'll probably know or have heard of. This is a strong, thick, heavy, dense, iris-based scent. This opens up spicy, earthy, very thick and dense. Great atomizer. Right. You've got Guatemalan cardamom, iris aldehydes, pink pepper, French cassis bud absolute, iris concrete, almond accord, French carrot, Haitian vetiver, and Broxin, Virginia cedar wood. Again with the carrot. Right, like I said, this opens up spicy, this opens up earthy. You even get this starchy, biscuity quality from the fragrance that, to me, it's that carrot mixing in with the iris up top. You get the cardamom, you get the pink pepper, so it's fresh spice up top. But that fresh quality to the fragrance only lingers for a couple of minutes, because I wouldn't exactly call Iris Shot a fresh fragrance. No, at first, quickly, yes it is. But the more it settles in, that starchy quality calms down, but this earthy aroma comes through or amps up. To me, that's the vetiver, that's the carrot mixing in with that iris. They're all playing a part. It is powdery, it is very lightly lipsticky, but as it starts settling in, and that starchy quality never fades out, but it starts heading towards the back, that is when the fragrance gains this real creamy quality to it, like so smooth, buttery, almost like melted butter. It comes across a little bit gooey, if that makes sense. The woods are noticeable. To me, though, the woods in this fragrance are always really sitting in the back. This is more about the iris in every form, really. Starts out starchy, earthy, powdery, a touch lipsticky, starts drying down, then it starts going buttery, creamy. The fragrance is always smooth. That lipsticky side just turns up a little bit, but this fragrance isn't about that cosmetic bag style of iris. No, it isn't. It's more of the vegetal, earthy, starchy, raw side of iris, if that makes sense. Like the root, like you're actually getting it. And I know iris is the root, but it's like you're actually getting the root in the fragrance, if that makes sense. A little bit damp, a little bit soily. I should say as well that this does have a light green aromatic side to it. Not in the opening, no, it's too starchy, you won't even notice it. But when it goes from mid to dry down, it does have a little bit of a green quality to it and an aromatic tinge, and it's very light, and it's way in the back. It's more like next to the woods. It's there, and then you kind of think it isn't, and then you can pick it up again. So it's just lingering way in the back. But I definitely pick up something green here, and to me that's probably coming from that cassis bud. But or maybe my nose is playing tricks on me. The almond accord does come through as the fragrance settles in. It's a stunning, stunning fragrance. It's not your usual iris fragrance. And I've said that once, but it isn't. It's not like Miller Harris. It's not like Valentino Uomo Intense. It's not like Dior Homme Intense. It's not like the mainstream style designer iris accord. It's definitely more on the niche side of things, and if you're not used to that, it could be a little bit daring and challenging for you. So if I was to say out of any of these three, which one would I definitely get a sample of, it would be Iris Shot from Olfactive Studio, because you might smell it and you might think that is not for me, or you might smell it and think, man, that is gorgeous. It can go either or really. But Miller Harris, to me, winks a little bit at Dior Homme Intense. Gardino Del Iris winks a little bit at Valentino Uomo Intense. And I know people say that them two fragrances smell alike, Valentino Uomo and Dior Homme Intense. But to me, I can tell the differences, man. I would not smell them and think they're the same fragrance. No way. But what do I know? But anyway, this is Olfactive Studios Iris Shot. You're going to get 8 solid hours with this. To me, this is more of nighttime use, more dressier occasions, more going out. And to me, this definitely leans a little bit more on the masculine side because of that starchy, vegetal, earthy quality that the fragrance has. But I love it. I really do. Right, ladies and gentlemen, that is 3 iris fragrances that nobody hardly talks about. Like, I haven't heard nobody speak about these fragrances. And yeah, a couple of them have been around in 2019, but that doesn't matter. It really doesn't. I don't smell these now and think, man, they smell dated. They don't. If you wear one of these fragrances, no one's going to think that you're wearing an old fragrance, so to speak. But I love the note of iris. And these 3 fragrances break that iris accord down in every single way it comes across. And that is why I've made a review on these 3 as well. Right, drop a comment down below and let me know which ones you own, which ones have you tried, which ones are you interested in. If you want to ask any questions about these fragrances, drop a comment down below. I will always get back to you. Lately, for the last few days, my YouTube Studios account has been playing me up. 1 minute, a comment will pop up and then it'll disappear again. And I'm like, where did it go? And then I'll look on my notifications and then it don't show up on my notifications. So if I'm not getting back to you, trust me, it's not deliberately. I always try and respond to everybody. And if you've been following me for a while now, you should already know that. But for people that are new here, I do always get back to you. It might just take me a few days because, like I say, it's like the Bermuda Triangle at the minute. 1 minute they're there and the next minute the comments are gone. I don't know what's going on. I'm like a dinosaur really when it comes to tech. I ain't tech savvy. I mean, I just find it hard enough setting up a camera. But I love fragrances, and if you're watching this, so do you too. Right, remember, smelling good's always a pleasure and never a chore. Thank you for the support. I love every single one here, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.